what's good with you though, man? Yo, it's Furman Entertainment though. And let me say something though, man. Said, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not all into all this and all that, but I'm just trying to hear Trump lawyer, you know, do what he do. I don't, you know what I'm saying? This is me watching. You know what I'm saying? You already know if I'm a broadcaster, right? I'm showing you what I'm watching. That's my motto. I'm showing you, you know what I'm saying? Whatever I show you, it's the stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching. And let's just see how this lawyer go against Fani Willis though. Furman Entertainment though, man.
The church speech was. It was videoed. It was clear that Miss Willis had notes. She was reading from notes that she had prepared. It was a calculated determination by Miss Willis to prejudice the defendants and their counsel. How so? By making an issue out of the fact that the person that was challenged in the Roman motion was black, without telling the public or the church members, or anyone for that matter, that the reason that Mr. Wade was being challenged was not because he was black, had nothing to do with race. It had to do with the relationship that had been alleged and later admitted to by Miss Merchant. Miss Willis took full opportunity to prejudice the defendants, and then comes along later in a pleading and says it wasn't designed or intended to be at the defendants at all, or the defense counsel, which with all due respect is just nonsense. The purpose of that was to get public sympathy, public empathy for what Miss Merchant had already alleged in her motion. Now, that was a violation of the professional rules of conduct. It was a violation.
Is this Trump lawyer though? Good night. Good night. He is on it though. I ain't even mad at him. Get paid. Good stuff.
Of 3.8 G. There's no question about it. It wasn't in response to anything that was said. It was a public statement, extrajudicial, for the purpose of making a comment upon the defendants.
It would be in response to a motion that was filed.
But it wasn't filed in a response, in a pleading. It was filed in response to a motion. And the motion were allegations made. If Ms. Willis wanted to respond at that point, she could have said the facts of the matter. Instead, she misstated what the situation was, took advantage of the opportunity, an ethical violation, and the ethical violation makes it clear that you must refrain from making extrajudicial comments that have a substantial likelihood of heightening public condemnation of the accused. Can you think of it?
Now, if you seen that Fani Willis sermon / political campaign speech, you know, yeah, you would have thought she was a pastor. Real life.
Anything more that would heighten public condemnation of the defendants than alleging that defense counsel and the defendants were making their motion based on race and religion. That's as bad as it gets in Fulton County, with all due respect. That's exactly what Ms. Willis wanted done. And remember, the state still had not responded. So then what we get from the state is we get an affidavit filed as part of their response. And that affidavit says specifically, and the affidavit is Mr. Wade, says specifically in paragraph 26 and 27 that the relationship did not begin until 2022. It acknowledges the relationship.
Now you heard that, right? You heard that. Fani Willis and whoever my man named Wade is, though, they said their relationship ain't start till 2022. But you know what? You know, from when all the news I watch and all that, I heard they was talking to each other in 2019. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, that's what I heard. You know, on the news and all that, people talking and all that. 2019, that's 3 years. So if you can say, yo, if you got to pick from the ladder, you know, the trial started in what, 2022? It got to be about 2021. You know what I'm saying? That's the ladder. So they lied under oath. They probably potentially lied under oath for real with this, man. This is breaking news, man. Ferment Entertainment, man. I ain't been on here in a minute though, man. I just want to just rock out real quick though. But you know, I'm gonna keep posting, doing what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? I keep rocking.
Relationship and says it didn't begin until 2022. And the pleading that's filed, the state's pleading in response, indicates not exactly that, but it says there was no relationship as of November 1 of 2021. And that's on page 7. So now we know that timing is the issue because Ms. Merchant made it clear that we alleged and had evidence that indicated the timing was before Mr. Wade was hired, not after. So the state now has filed an affidavit and a pleading that claims post-hiring into 2022. And then Mr. Wade Willis testify to the same thing under oath. Now, Ms. Yerty says it began in 2019. Why would she know? Well, she would know because she was a former friend. I know the state's going to get up here and say you can't believe, essentially what they're going to say is you can't believe any defense witness because they're defense witnesses. And only people that would tell the truth would be Wade and Willis. I suggest to you that that's not accurate. I suggest that the testimony that Mr. Wade gave and Ms. Willis gave, and I'm specifically dealing now with the timing issue, without getting into anything else, that brought forth a true concern about their truthfulness in being what is required of a lawyer in this state, which is candor toward the tribunal. And that's 3.3 of the professional rules. Specifically, small a1, make a false statement of material fact or law to a tribunal. So that's, as I posited to the court, that's the second ethical violation.
Man, Trump was
and then you also have 8.4 of the professional rules. It says it's a violation of the Georgia Rules of Professional Conduct for a lawyer to, and that's A4, engage in a professional conduct involving dishonesty, fraud, deceit, or misrepresentation. Now, do you have to find that Wade and Willis lied? No. But you need to be able to.
See, you know what though? You know what I'm noticing though? It's like every time people who try to hem up Trump, right? And they turn around and get something, then their flaws get shown. Like even that judge with I think with Letitia James or something like that. Judge Ingram or something like that. They caught him, you know what I'm saying, being real frisky with the little 20-year-olds though, man. Being extra though, man. So it's crazy that now you see Fani Willis going through this and all other. So it's just like, if you're gonna go with Donald Trump, I see though, and if you go with Donald Trump, you better be squeaky clean, because it looked like, if you look into him, he gonna look into you. How he was able to subpoena phone records from their cell phone service provider? How they do that? Where they do that at? I want to know how to do that. Like how I say, yo, I want another person's cell phone records, and then they go get it. Come on, man. Don't y'all want to know how to do that? Whoever listens to me, don't you want to know how to do that? Man, good night. And so I'm saying though, if you go with Donald Trump, better be squeaky clean. Let's get back to the video. Because this lawyer is like that. Worth the money.
Find is that there is a concern, a legitimate concern based on the evidence in this case about their truthfulness. A legitimate concern about the truthfulness, which equates to an appearance of impropriety. Because once you have the appearance of impropriety under forensic misconduct, the law in Georgia is clear, that's enough to disqualify. So, why should you find there's a concern with their truthfulness? ERT is the first one. You have that testimony. But then we go to what is the most obvious indication that Willis and Wade were not truthful on the point of timing, and that's Bradley.
Ooh.
Defense Exhibit 26 came into evidence. Defense Exhibit 26 comes in and says, and you know I went into this the last hearing. It says that on January the 5th, 2024, at approximately 9:49 a.m., there's text messages that are exchanged between Ms. Merchant and Mr. Bradley. And the text messages go like, just date, and that's from Ms. Merchant. Ms. Merchant says, do you think it started before she hired him? Bradley, who we now know from Defense Exhibit 39, has been texting with Ms. Merchant for a number of months. This is not the first time. This is months within the communications between the two. Mr. Bradley says, absolutely. Now, absolutely is not.
Whoa. When somebody say absolutely, that means, yeah, I know what time it is. They not playing absolutely. Oh, see. This is not good for Fani Willis, man. This is not good, man. Please. Oh my gosh, man. This. Oh my goodness. You know what? I believe they're gonna mess up in the New York trial too. Something gonna mess up and he won't be able to even, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gotta pay that money though. Watch. I believe that though. Like, because the right will rise, man. The right will rise. And don't think the right don't do no wrongdoing. The right do wrongdoing. It's just minimal, man. You might say something the wrong way sometimes, you know, like that, I feel bad or something like that. You know. Or you get mad driving on the road or something, you know, like little shit like that, but you're not doing no big wild stuff though. But even that, you know what I'm saying, we gotta get intact. Even in the small parts, especially in these times though. But man, this lawyer cooking though, man. You know what? Y'all watch it for yourself, man. Yo, watch Forbes, man. You know, like sometimes watch Forbes because they got some. This is the real source. You know what I'm saying? Coming straight from the courtroom now, right to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see where, you know what I'm saying, what Trump lawyer look like, this is what it looked like, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's man. Furman Entertainment, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Do what it do. I'm gonna come back with some other type podcast stuff, yo. I'm gonna have my whole background and all that straight and all that, man. We're gonna do this. Just gonna keep it moving, though. Let's go, man. Let's go.